An effective workplace enforcement program has to involve serious penalties. Penalties that can't be considered a cost in doing business. That if an employer is knowingly violating the law, then they need to be penalized for it, and that will deter a large number. Having a robust compliance program, expansion of image, getting more people out there, doing instructional, things like that, getting employers that are making these little mistakes on board and getting fines, getting them to recognize that this is a compliance program like a health and safety compliance program, like your financial audit compliance program. It's no different. Getting those employers out. So when you have the employers that walk the fence that, well, I'll take the fine and not worry about it. If that's so extreme, those employers will come into compliance. Compliance program helping people get the low-level fines out of the way, they'll be compliant. So then ICE can dedicate its limited resources on the truly egregious employers, which is a good segue into resources. If we want to enforce the law, you need to give the agencies the manpower and the resources to enforce the law. They need the penalties, they need the assets to go and do that. There shouldn't be any way out. If an employee is working illegally, they should have some fear of being caught and what the penalties are to that. So there needs to be that piece in there. Employees should not just be given a walk that when they're found to have fake documents and have perjured themselves on an I-9 form, it can't just be a pass every single time. There's no chance that you can enforce all of that at this point in time, but there should be that bit of fear in there. It's no different than speeding. You know, you may get hit for a 5 mile an hour, you may get hit for a 10, but you know you're breaking the law when it's there, and that fear is there, which may keep you within the speed limit. No different than staying in compliance. Looking from the employer side, they need to have the resources to have the workers and ensure those workers are here lawfully. Whether that's an enhanced visa system under safeguards, but definitely a verification system that works every which angle. Right now, their option is E-Verify, which is voluntary in most cases, depending on what state, depending if you're a government contractor or not. It's still somewhat of a voluntary system. It does a very good job of identifying fake documents. However, it's completely vulnerable to identity theft. As we were pushing E-Verify out in large scales throughout the mid-2000s, we literally saw the change very quickly from $25 fake documents to much more expensive documents based on U.S. citizens' identity or permanent residence identity. If they took my name, social security number, and DOB and put it on a completely fake document, but that looks valid enough to be an employer, it will be E-Verify every single time. So looking at a new robust system that an employer can use and feel fairly confident that it's keeping fake documents and imposter documents out, that would be the ideal scenario to really help those employers that want to comply with the law. I definitely think the INA should be amended to make the crimes more punishable and the fines much higher. Really, from the time the law was issued in 1986, the fines have only been bumped up a few times, and over the course of all those years, it's still to this day a cost in doing business for those employers that want to violate the law, and it's not going to change until that's changed. Knowingly hiring is a finable offense and someone can get debarred for it, but if that's criminalized, that might make a lot more people move into that realm of, I don't even want to be anywhere near this. There have to be some safeguards in it, but definitely increasing the penalties, the fines and the forfeitures will bring it in. But with that, I definitely think there needs to be the tools for the employer as well. It shouldn't be all one or the other. It has to come in both together. But just having more serious fines on the books, I think will, definitely target those people that are walking the line pretty closely to get into compliance.